November 7th, 1917. Petrograd, before the Winter Palace. In this video, we'll reference both the old Julian calendar used in Russia at the time and the current Gregorian calendar. The October Revolution took place on October 25th in the old calendar, November 7th in the new. Vladimir Lenin stood at the window, staring out. His gaze fell upon columns of Red Guards advancing toward the Winter Palace. 7 months earlier, he wasn't here. In his Swiss exile, when news of the revolution reached him, he reportedly cried out, "Now is the time." Germany helped him. A sealed train, forbidden from outside contact, carried him through enemy territory back to Russia. The primary aim was to weaken Russia's war effort. Though political maneuvering played a role, the full story was far from simple. April 16th, just after midnight. Finland Station. When Lenin stepped off the train, thousands greeted him. Red flags waved against the night sky. He spoke, "All power to the Soviets." But many Bolsheviks were uneasy. They believed cooperation with the provisional government was the path forward. Lenin disagreed. No support for the provisional government. All power to the Soviets. His comrades protested. "It's too soon. We're not ready." Records show that Lenin, in that moment, was more certain than anyone. History was on his side, and so he raised his slogan, "Peace, land, and bread." Peace, for soldiers exhausted by war. Land, for peasants exploited by landlords for centuries. Bread, for workers suffering from hunger. The provisional government attempted reforms, but by continuing the war, delaying land redistribution, and failing to address the crisis, they rapidly lost support. Lenin promised everything. Right now. Meanwhile, Alexander Kerensky, prime minister of the provisional government, he knew the Bolsheviks were making their move. Around 3,000 troops initially defended the Winter Palace, but as night fell, they deserted one by one until only a handful remained. What was he thinking in that moment? Records suggest Kerensky already sensed defeat. He had sought a path toward parliamentary democracy after the revolution, but the war's continuation and governing chaos cost him support. He made his decision to escape the Winter Palace and call back troops from the front. Around 11 a.m., Kerensky left the Winter Palace. An American embassy car carried him across the square. He went to seek reinforcements. He would never return. The ministers left behind could only wait for their fate. Night. The cruiser Aurora anchored in the Neva River. A cannon blast echoed across the night sky. A blank shot. But this was the signal. The revolution had begun. Red Guards advanced toward the Winter Palace. Thousands of workers, sailors, soldiers. The defenders were few, discipline weak, desertion and confusion spread. Resistance was sporadic. The revolution appeared almost anticlimactically quiet, but it wasn't entirely bloodless. Before dawn, the great hall of the Winter Palace. When Red Guards stormed in, the provisional government ministers offered no resistance. They simply sat there, arrested. There was no major bloodshed. Resistance was scattered, and the ministers were quietly led away. The moment the Russian government fell was unexpectedly silent. 10 a.m., Smolny Institute. Lenin declared victory. A workers' and soldiers' government is born. The crowd erupted in cheers. The revolution had succeeded. But Lenin knew this was only the beginning. The Bolsheviks had promised peace, land, and bread. After seizing power, they pursued peace negotiations, leading to the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk in 1918. 1918. Civil war began. The Reds and the Whites. Bolsheviks against counter-revolutionary forces. During the Civil War, excess deaths, including not just combat but famine and disease, are estimated in the millions. Estimates vary widely, but deaths from hunger and disease far exceeded those from combat itself. The revolution began quietly, but continued with violence. And then Stalin rose. Lenin's revolution carried ideals, but Stalin's rule built terror. Purges. Forced labor camps. Estimates of Stalin-era victims Executions, gulag deaths, forced relocations, famine-related excess mortality vary enormously depending on what's included. This isn't to minimize the victims. It's to emphasize the need for clear definitions and evidence. December 25, 1991. Gorbachev resigned as president. The next day, the Supreme Soviet declared the end of the state. Roughly 74 years from the 1917 seizure of power. As a state, the Soviet Union lasted approximately 69 years, from its founding in 1922 to its dissolution in 1991. The communist experiment was over. What had Lenin begun? The revolution promised ideals: peace, land, and bread. But what it delivered was war, camps, and famine. Lenin's decision changed the world. But was it for the better? Even modern Russian leadership views Lenin's legacy critically as a, quote, time bomb planted beneath the state. So I ask you, every revolution begins with ideals. But so many continue with violence and end in dictatorship. When you seek to realize an ideal, where should you draw the line? How far can we accept the idea that the ends justify the means? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for witnessing this moment in history with me. 10 days in 1917 changed the world. Lenin's decision, Kerensky's defeat, and a 74-year communist experiment. The lessons this revolution left behind still challenge us today. Between ideals and reality, how should humanity choose? This channel continues to explore the human decisions that became history's turning points. If this journey resonates with you, subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time.